Hi, my name is John, and this is Business Update. In this week's episode, we'll be talking about how PS5 console units, since due to the shortage that happened occurred, there were people, businesses who took advantage by selling, by, call them scalpers, to buy bulks of those units and try to make a killing by selling at exorbitant prices for those willing victims who are too excited who can't wait to buy at retail stores. Guess what? Since the normalization of the supply chain, many of the people already bought their many PS5s. Well, guess what? Those who bought those bulks of console units are not going to suffer because of they have no way of selling it because the demand for their consoles is already has disappeared, and people can just go walk into any retail stores to buy their PS5 units, which I haven't bought since I had my Steam Deck. So this is a big problem for those scalpers. So what are they going to do? Should we pity them for taking advantage of the situation? Now the situation has now reversed in terms of the the demand has disappeared, and they're left handing with uh, several units of the consoles, and now trying to even recoup at a loss just to be able to sell those units now. So let's take a look at this article. Let's take a look at this article. According to gamingbible.com, they mentioned that the PS5 scalping declared is now considered over as scalpers desperately try to sell consoles for way cheaper. And this is the price you pay. Obviously, you earn hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars for many enterprises who took advantage of the situation. And yet, if you don't sell all of those quickly, this is what can happen if you make the wrong decision here. And as mentioned, should we pity those individuals or groups of people who try to sell those units at those prices? Well, obviously, it depends on the supply and demand. And obviously, in my case, I'm willing to wait for as long as I can. And obviously, looking for a discount, even better if it's possible, before buying the actual unit. And obviously, you forego being able to be the one of the first gamers to be able to play the latest console and the latest games, which I'm fine with it because I tend to play the older games first, playing all of the games before buying the next console, which by then the next PS5 or PS6 will be along the way before I buy the actual PS5 here. But what's interesting here is, according to the article, it mentions here the good news is that earlier this year, Sony declared that the PS5 shortage is officially over, meaning you can readily buy your console at any stores near your location, whether it's in different regions, whether in Asia, in America, or as well as in Europe here. So, meaning you're able to provide the supply needed, and obviously, you shouldn't be worried now if there's enough PS5 to go around with. And obviously, with some of the big titles that Sony is offering, you have Marvel Spider-Man 2, and you also have Horizon Forbidden West, which was recently launched. Will always entice a lot of people, and you have Elden Ring, one of the best RPGs to have been released since then. Now, going back to the article regarding those scalpers, now obviously it's mentioned in this article that according to a Taylor Swift song, it mentioned karma is a god, and scalpers were willing to sell in excess of £1,000, which is significantly more than what's supposed to be offered MSRP here. And now, what's interesting now, they're discounting the price to as much as $400 only. And the question here is, should you even consider buying from scalpers? And actually, I would has even if I'm that excited buying the console in the first place, why would I buy from scalpers? Because if something were to go wrong from with that unit, can they replace it? Can they give us replacement or fix it? And I don't have that peace of mind. I'd rather buy an actual retail store where they can guarantee the warranty. And obviously, I'm willing to pay a pretty significant amount just to have that peace of mind, so that if anything were to go wrong, knock on wood, obviously hasn't happened before or hopefully in the future, then you expect that that's why you're paying a premium for the brand, for the guarantee, and the convenience and the enjoyment of being able to play the games that you want in that particular console. So obviously it's a risk reward for those who are eager to play those games at the time. And one thing I've learned in the past, that being too eager can be bad, because you can get a lemon and you don't know what will happen. And obviously it's a different experience when you're actually buying the console for yourself for the first time, rather than just buying it from some individual that you don't know if there's going to be a warranty guaranteed or attached to it. As mentioned here, one of the articles here, according to Reddit, so let's go back here, which was posted by PlayStation, as mentioned, don't even feel a little bit bad for them. So there you can see several units being posted there. So could be tens, 20s, less, could be even more, and saying that it's cheap PS5 sale. But again, why even take the risk of carrying the burden when you're dealing with the warranties here? And even if I'm interested to buying it, and there's no compelling reason to buy it now, so I'm willing to wait. That's my point of view here. And for many, I think that should be the commonplace here, so that these things won't happen again. And if you're going considering buying the console, I'd rather you buy the disc version rather than just the cheaper one, which is there's no disc drive here, thinking that you're going to save all your files in the hard drive, which is not enough. Obviously, 1 terabyte is not enough SSD. You need at least two, three, four, or even as much as you can for your disk drive. And if you can upgrade it and add more external hard drives, I think that would be the way of the future. But obviously for consoles makers such as Microsoft and even Sony, they're expecting you to buy digital game, which is beneficial for them. But my concern is, if you don't have the physical game, if you were to suddenly lost it, and then will they continue operating the cloud games that you can download easily? Or what if you go to the next generation of console, will the PlayStation server still be up and running like what they did with the PST, where they shut it down forever? So could be a hit and miss here, which is that's why I'm still very apprehensive. I know the convenience of digital games for portable games, but obviously you still need the physical games for a majority of it. So at least you have a catalog that you can look at and you can play at any time, regardless of years or decades into the future. And obviously you can still play it at any time as long as the console is still working. But for digital games, there's a plethora of issues that can be problematic moving forward, and you're still at the mercy of the company whether they want to continue supporting the digital games moving forward or not. So yeah, but either way, the whole point of this article is that the point is the supply shortage is over. And if you're a PS5 console wannabe owner, then now's the best time to buy it because it's readily available. Now here in our country, you could buy it directly at Data Blitz, more commonly, or Game Trade, and other stores here. And if you live near in Green Hills, there are a plethora of stores there that's willing to sell you the console as well. So here's to the good news here for those who haven't bought the PS5 up to now. Anyway, I think that's about it for this week's discussion. For more business update, come back again on Wednesday as we discuss more news from here and abroad. Anyway, if you find the discussion interesting or entertaining, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue help support this channel. So let's keep the subscribers going. We're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers here. Hopefully within this year. If not, then we'll see. Anyway, as always, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.